Hey y'all, so happy Dr. Martin Luther King Day. Yeah, I heard he was a commie, so I don't really fuck with him no more. But I did want to share a MLK story that I think most of you have never heard, and you probably will never hear. So, quite a few decades ago, Coretta and Martin wanted to put their kids into acting school, but they couldn't get their kids into any acting schools, obviously, because they weren't integrated, and basically nobody would accept their kids as acting students. I believe it was in 1965 or 1966, they were able to find an acting studio owned by a woman named Betty and her husband Walter in Smyrna, Georgia. Now, unfortunately, Betty and Walter lost a lot of their white students due to their parents pulling their kids out of the acting school. And so they suffered greatly financially, but they had a baby on the way. And back then, you had to pay for a birth at a hospital. Betty and Walter didn't have the money. But the parents of certain former students that they had did have the money and decided to help them. Obviously, those parents were Dr. Martin Luther King and his wife Coretta. Paid for this little baby to be born. Little baby girl, born in 1967. And I don't think that many of you know that that little baby girl was the actress Julia Roberts. Yeah, Julia Roberts, her birth was paid for by Dr. Martin Luther King and Coretta. Great story, I think, you know. Despite what you feel about Dr. Martin Luther King, great story.